And you are,
Jeff Wright.
and today is?
Today is Monday, June 18th, June 18th, 2018.
Okay.
And you are?
I am Scott, his older brother, and it's the same day. And we are now going to interview our parents, just to ask them a little bit about their history.
Real quick, who's this?
And this is?
Johnny,
Okay.
Right.
How old are you?
13.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Great.
something else. Tell your age.
And I am 55, and my brother is?
I am 27.
Okay.
50.
Wow.
I'm 50.
Oh,
I know.
wow, the big
And don't
50.
forget your sister, needs to be mentioned.
Well, she's not here.
Oh, yeah.
But she needs to be mentioned.
Yes,
Well-
Jennifer was a part of making these questions, and Jeff can start by asking the first question, or if you like, we can show what she looks like.
You can
This
always
is-
FaceTime her.
This is, maybe we will do that. That's our sister
Jennifer
Jen.
Wright.
She
Age
is,
62.
yep, she looks really well.
She looks good for her age. She's 48 today, June 18th, 2018. Okay. Where were you the night of January 25th, 1941?
I was in Coshocton County Hospital
Your mother's
the night. Oh, the night of January the 25th. I was told they didn't take me home yet.
So you, obviously you were born in Coshocton.
At 9:23 in the morning.
Oh,
Are
really?
you serious?
You
You know
remember.
that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And do you know where you were March 4th, 1941?
I have no idea, but I believe I was probably in the Coshocton Memorial Hospital. I don't think I was born at home.
Oh. Do you
You
know
don't
what-
know? You don't know?
No, I'm sure I wasn't, but
You know
I
what
never
ti-
heard that, but so many people were at that time, but I don't believe I was ever born at home.
At any time.
At any time.
You don't remember what time you were born, like
I
Dad?
do not remember what time I was born.
Okay. That's all we have, I think. Is it?
No, I have a couple.
That's all right.
You- okay.
I don't care. So growing up, did you both grow up in Coshocton?
I did, Coshocton County.
Coshocton County. Tell us a little bit about that. Were you born on that little white house on the hill?
We know you're born in the hospital, but
But well,
did you grow up in the little house on the hill, or where was your house?
Yeah, that was the first one we lived in, I guess.
No, your dad built it. I think as you were growing up.
No, he didn't build that one. We lived in that one first. He built the one we lived in later,
On the hill.
on the farther up on the hill.
Oh, farther
the
up. on
White
the hill.
House with that red barn. Yeah.
The one where
Okay,
I shot
that's-
Jeff in the butt with the BB gun.
Okay.
That, yeah,
Yeah.
That
Yes.
was the one Grandpa built.
right,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah. Well, most of it he had some help.
So, guys, you lived there then.
But we, I mean, started off, we lived in the basement part for several years.
Well, that's new.
So when he was born, in other words, they were not living in that house.
Right.
You lived in that little teeny tiny house as you came up the
Right,
drive.
on the left,
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
I knew that.
for just a couple of years, I think.
okay. So then you lived in that house all your life until you graduated really high school.
No. When I was in the, I think it was the third grade, we moved to Warsaw. And I went to second and third grade up there, and then we moved back then to Coshocton. I think that's when we moved. I'm not sure about the houses now because
Yeah. Huh.
anyway, I went to school for 2 years in Warsaw.
Okay. But then you ended up back in the same house.
Yeah.
That's kind of strange.
And then I think his dad built the other
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I think they were there
Oh, okay.
because I met him when he was there, so that he was
Right.
older
Right.
when they moved into it.
But where does Roscoe Village come into play? Did you live at, did you go to school at Roscoe?
Yes.
Was that high school?
The whole thing, grade school,
Oh.
junior high, high school.
So you didn't go to there was a Coshocton school
Yeah,
and there was a Roscoe school.
right.
Where did you go to school?
Coshocton.
And where did you grow up? On Highland?
That's, well, no, for what I can remember, when I was very young, we did not live on Highland. And I think when I was around 3, the war, I was born in 1941, so the war started then, and my dad could not go into the service.
Why is that?
I think he might have had a little heart defect, but I think basically because he had flat feet
Oh.
and they would not take you. So he and his friend, Francis Huff, went to Canton, Ohio to work in a factory where they made stuff for the war, whatever that was. I don't know if it was rubber or whatever it was. So that's how he participated because he couldn't go. So they moved from Coshocton to Canton, Ohio, and I think I was 3. So that would have been 1944.
And then from then on, you lived in that
And
house
then,
that we know as
from
Grandma's.
then on, I'm not sure what year we moved into that house. I remember it in grade school, so that's about as far back as I can remember, I guess.
Okay. So, when did you first meet?
The two of us?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
That was at the
So,
just
Yeah.
people in general.
Yeah.
Coshocton County Fair, the night of the July 4th hot
you're right.
fireworks.
Yeah.
What year?
19. I was home from college between my junior and senior year.
I
Bro,
think,
I thought you were dating while you were in college.
well, we were. Some.
Well, if you first met when he was a junior in college,
I think it was his sophomore and junior year.
Sophomore.
I see. I thought it was even before you went to college.
Oh, no.
I didn't know her
This
before
is
I went to
why-
college.
Okay, well, this is why this is good. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so sophomore, junior year, you met. Well, you were going to Marietta College,
Right.
and you came back and you went to the Coshocton Fair.
Well, it wasn't really the fair because the fair is always in October.
Oh,
But
Oh.
it was July 4th celebration with
Oh.
fireworks and everything.
Okay, and probably held at the fairgrounds,
Right,
maybe.
it held at the fairgrounds.
Ah,
And
okay.
I was there with several of my girlfriends. He was there with a couple of his boyfriends. And
Uh huh.
we just ran into them. And
Now, and you had never known each other before. You
I knew of him.
Well, what's that
What-
mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, because when I
Everybody
was in
knew.
Coshocton High School, probably about my senior year, he was dating a girl in Coshocton who was a year behind me, I think, Marilyn. And she was going to study with him, and I talked to her. I did not know him, but I knew that she was dating a guy from Roscoe, and it was him. Eventually, they broke up. He went on to college. I went on to school, and then we just happened to meet. And I would
Were
say,
you with Marilyn? That was her name.
Yeah.
Were you with her that night? Oh, there's my
Oh
ex.
no,
Oh,
not
okay.
at all.
Okay.
I never
That's
knew her at all after saw her after high school.
Oh, okay, okay.
No. And
Yeah, okay.
So
So you started dating after July
yeah, and I'm
4th.
thinking it was probably the summer of '60, and I'm saying '59 to '60.
So then how did that work when he went back to college? And what were you doing at that time? Were you in college or?
I
Working?
went my freshman year to Otterbein College, and I went there 1 year, and then I dropped out of there, and I went to a laboratory technician school in Cleveland for one 12-month series. It was like an associate degree for a laboratory technician. And
What a question.
so
Okay.
I had worked. I had worked for a Dr. Smith when I was young, like my junior and senior years of high school, and he kind of directed me into the fact that I might like to be a laboratory technician. And so I worked in his office, and I did that. That's why I went to Carnegie College. And I was dating him. He came up to see me. I would go to Marietta College, and we visited during that year and a half.
Can we take a step back just for a moment and go back to like high school? What was it like? What was high school like? How many students were in your class? How many graduated?
There was 24 in my graduating class.
24.
24 in your grade. Okay.
How do you remember that?
Well,
I guess if it's so small, you remember because you might even know the people.
I could name quite a few of them.
yeah.
Okay.
I would think.
Yeah, because we went, I mean, the school started in the first grade and you went all the way through 12.
So you really knew your class.
Except
Oh, yeah, I
it was
mean,
2 years in Warsaw, I guess. But
yeah.
but
Yeah.
that was early.
yeah.
So we, you know, we played sports together, all the guys.
But did you have official team? You couldn't have team sports with only 20. Well, I guess if you had the whole school on one.
Yeah,
Oh,
but like
you-
football.
yeah.
Did you play football? Was there?
We had 6-man football team,
What?
That's funny.
a 6-man,
And like you played other schools with the 6-man team?
yeah. See, there were
Other really tiny schools
Yeah.
back then.
there
Yeah.
were like 7 or 8 county schools
Uh-huh.
in Coshocton County, like Roscoe,
Yeah.
and they were spread all. Eventually, after I graduated, and about the time Uncle Bob graduated, they started
Consolidating.
consolidating. Yeah, they'd take 2 or 3 of the county schools and
Huh.
build a new, bigger school. Oh, excuse me.
So, what sports did you play in school?
I played football, basketball, and baseball.
That's probably the only 3 they had.
Right, we didn't have track or swimming or.
Yeah.
Soccer.
So real quick, Mom, what was
So-
the size of your class?
I think I had 118.
Did you play any sports? Did any girls play sports at that time?
No, we just had GAA, which is like a phys ed class. That's the only sports that I can remember.
Did they have any kind of like extracurricular activities for girls?
For-
Clubs,
in-
clubs.
Oh,
I don't
you
know
know,
what
I
they
don't
might be.
really remember a whole lot. I mean, I imagine we had a few, but I don't know. Nothing that stands out.
Okay.
You know?
Speaking of standing out, was there one sport in particular maybe you did excelled in a little more than the other sports?
I was a little better in basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
What was his
did you?
highest point game?
Oh, okay, yeah. So, how many points did you get?
41.
41.
41.
I
That
remember
probably
that.
was a school record, I would imagine.
Oh, I doubt it.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Now you did play 5 people basketball, right?
Two-man basketball
Two-man.
team, like a 6-man football team.
And then same with baseball, all the players, all the positions. Okay. Now, did you get a scholarship
To Marietta College,
for basketball?
basketball, combination academic and athletic scholarship.
Did you have any other offers to play anywhere else? Did you try out anywhere else? Did you try out about?
I
It's Jen, I think.
I did try out.
Clear it real
Well,
good.
it's Jen.
I know, I texted her.
We're doing
I-
an interview.
I tried out at Ohio State basketball, and I was fortunate enough to be with a few other students that were trying out at the same time. And we went to an Ohio State basketball game in the evening after we talked at our interviews, and I sat right beside John Havlicek, which
Was
You're
he the,
probably
was
too
he the,
young to
was,
remember,
I
but-
remember him. Was he, did he coach also? Or was he
Coach,
just a
he-
player? Because he was a really good player.
he went on to the Boston Celtics.
Yeah. But did he never coached Ohio State, did he?
No,
Okay.
Did you practice against? Is that what you said? Did you try out against?
You sat next
no,
to him.
no. When we were there
He,
to meet with the coaches,
because he did try out at Ohio State. You asked about that.
then in the evening, I don't know how many of us were there, but they took us to an Ohio State basketball game. You know, we all, so the guys that were there to be interviewed, we sat together and watched the game.
Jerry
Not
Lewis.
Jerry Lucas. Wasn't there a Jerry Lucas that you tried out against or something?
No,
Oh, okay.
Why wouldn't you
I thought there
try
was
the other
somebody.
So they can see her.
Oh.
So there's your daughter.
Hi,
Did you want to
Jen.
show on the camera?
Okay, we'll let you ask a question. Can you hear them talk, Jen?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've been talking about where they grew up and they went to high school. We're just kind of in the high school right now, and Dad was talking about trying out for basketball team at Ohio State,
Oh.
and he got a scholarship, full ride to Marietta. And so
Go get in the shower.
when you went to Marietta, you weren't able to play basketball, right?
I was.
Because
Oh, yeah.
of why? What happened?
Well,
Well, he
he
did
was.
play.
No.
He did play.
I
Let
played
him-
Sorry.
on the freshman
You have a
team.
very fuzzy memory. Don't
I
you?
do.
It'll help you very
And
much.
at that time, freshmen weren't allowed to play on the varsity. I couldn't have made the varsity anyway, but I played on the freshman team, and then between my freshman and sophomore year, I was in an automobile accident and broke my back, and had to have a cast on for 6 months, like from here to here. So when I went back my sophomore year, I was in a cast. So that took care of my high school, or my college
Basketball.
basketball. Marietta College was kind enough
To honor your scholarship.
to honor my scholarship the whole 4 years.
Wow. Now, at that time, people were being drafted into the Army, right? Were they?
Yeah,
And
from,
In the 60s.
in the 60s, did you get out of the draft because of your back? Or
yes, I tried, and I was rated 4F, however that means in classification, but that was
A deferment.
my
Yeah.
deferment,
Because
yeah.
of his broken back.
okay,
But I did sign up, and I was refused.
okay. So,
Oh,
so Mom, let's try to give Dad's voice a little bit of a rest. So, tell us about how you and Dad were stayed together when he was down in Marietta and you were going to Cleveland, to Otterbein, and living in Coshocton. How much did you see each other?
SMS.
No.
Letter-
Really?
Letters.
Yeah, you know, we had pay phones back then. And I remember going in my dorm house and having all this change and making a phone call in a booth, pay phone, and writing. We would write letters back and forth. He would come to, I only went to Cleveland one year, so he came up there maybe twice. And one time we had matching shirts in his car, because I think I maybe got us matching shirts one time when he was coming up for some event or something. And somebody broke into our car and stole them. And I was
They were wrapped
so
up.
they were wrapped up as a gift, and
Mhm.
that's Cleveland for you, I guess.
Not much has changed.
No. So, or occasionally I would go down to Marietta, maybe once or twice a year. Or
So-
we would just be in Coshocton and see each other.
When you say you would go, did you each have your own cars?
No, I didn't.
So how did you get to the, like, take a bus? Or how did you
Probably,
get,
you
when
know,
you
I
said you
really-
went down there, how
I
did you
know.
get there?
I can't remember driving down there, and I could have taken a bus. I maybe very well did. I just,
Buses were probably more common
Oh, yeah.
back then.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, when we lived in Columbus, I took all three of my kids on a bus from Columbus to Coshocton. Bet you three don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
Do you?
my goodness.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
think
man.
Byron
Busing
Weir
in.
took us down to the bus station way down the middle of Columbus, and oh, we stopped at every little place, like Frazeysburg and Dresden and every place, because he was working over there for like a whole week. And when you have three little kids, you want to, get back to civilization. But I did do that one time with all three kids.
Should we pause it and just make sure
I was
it really
thinking-
plays?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take a
Little
minute break just to make sure